MWC at Full Draw is sponsored by Lone Wolf Tree Stands, Primos Game Calls, Camoflex, Spot Hog, Medalist, Vortex Optics, Scent Blocker Scent Shield, Ben Pearson Archery, Thompson Center Arms, South Fork Outfitting, Campbell Cameras, Ultimate Camo, Muddy Marsh Outfitters, Carbon Express, and the MWC APS General Store.
Announcing these 5 finalists for this Full Draw project. I've been watching it. I saw a post from Willie Jenkins the other day who said, am I the only one that's refreshing every 30 seconds? You know, and I think I'm probably doing it every 15 seconds because I don't know. Right. And you know, I'm in the dark just like everybody else, and we're here to announce that 5th team that made that cut. And I'm a little uneasy about it, but I'm here, I'm gonna deal with it. We got me and the kids.
Me and the Kids was the first team.
That was my favorite video.
Kids. And it was neat, his daughter doing the editing too, and more or less scripted out what they were going to do.
I thought Bill was editing it.
No.
Oh, no kidding.
Bill can barely turn the computer on.
And then we jumped down to In Your Face, and
right.
you know, I thought those guys were shooing. They did a good job. The Bo Diggity thing cracked me up. You know, they're going to do a good job. And you know, 3rd on the list to make the cut was Mid-Atlantic Whitetail, and I'm very pleased about that.
Robin, Ben, and
Melissa. Melissa, I think, is going to be a huge part of this contest. I can tell already she's going to be a big part of this site. I'm excited to see her on there and contributing, and you know. And then we had Team Reality,
right?
You know, who I thought, Joe, honestly, would finish higher. I actually maybe thought they might have got the most votes, and they just made the cut.
Maybe they didn't do the promoting, because it wasn't just who had the best video, who promoted it to get the votes. I mean,
to win the crowd?
The votes definitely went that way. There was different ways. Some people simply got votes because they went out and harassed people to get votes. Other people got votes because they had the best video or whatever. You know what I mean? Because the final 2 teams was only separated by 2 votes.
2
That's it.
votes.
It came down to 2 votes as far as who went forward and who didn't.
Blows me away, and we're going to get to that in a second.
Yeah.
In 1 second, I've got to.
I'll tell you now.
I want to prepare myself. We're down to Team Shish Kebab, Team Double D.
Yep.
Personally, that MC Hammer dance cracked me up. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was just so funny. And then you saw the outtake where they didn't stop dancing. Those guys are still dancing.
I don't see how anybody could watch that and not crack up.
Got Team Double D, who's been keeping a low profile. So there's 2 strategic approaches here to winning this crowd.
They're relatively new guys on the site, though. I remember when he called me up.
I can't. Just tell me who won the 5th position in Full Draw. Just tell me.
Who got the last slot?
Who got the last slot?
Double D.
Team Shish Kebab is out.
By 2 points.
Oh my gosh.
2 points. It was that close.
Well, you know, what can you say?
It is what it is.
They're good guys.
The members got to pick.
And
everybody had the same opportunity. So
we've said that from the get-go.
It's going forward.
Win the crowd.
Yep.
Maybe this is a good prelude to how this whole project is going to evolve over the long period of time that we've got to go through. We're still in the infancy stages of this whole project.
Right.
And really, we're kind of going to switch gears here a little bit because, you know, as you can see, the player itself has now moved to a new location.
Right here at the store.
Right here at the store. And I want to take this opportunity to have that Full Draw site start evolving itself. More content, maybe some blogs for the teams, more photography, more gallery section.
Right.
Try to make a top shelf product for these teams to expose themselves.
And give top shelf exposure to the sponsor, which is one of the reasons that we moved it here to the store to begin with. Because some people might not know, but the franchise of the store that I got actually supports the whole MWC site.
Everything.
Everything. The products you're seeing all up on my side here, the purchases you make here go to, no, on this side. The purchases you make here go to support the site. And if you notice, all the sponsors that we have for Full Draw are a lot of our featured sponsors in the store. So it all works hand in hand.
And we never ask anybody that they absolutely have to pimp these sponsors. No. But, you know.
And I hear stuff because we have local shops on MWC as sponsors. And nobody's trying to take anything away from a local shop because their hands-on experience you definitely need with a lot of it. The only thing I'm looking, if people are going to make online purchases anyway from a Cabela's or Bass Pro, some other big monster, big box store, Why not put it into something that's here for you 24/7?
Check us out first.
365. It's the only way the site can keep going the way it's going.
Well,
but anyway,
you know, onward. We've got to look into the next phase of this project,
right.
which is
no more videos.
No more videos
Posted by the teams until after we have the team meeting.
Okay.
And we're looking at one of the last 3 weekends in June for the meeting.
Okay.
Probably it's going to be at Baltimore Bowman. That's who I'm talking with right now. And when I get a date for that, it'll be announced.
Mm-hmm.
I know the date's not going to be perfect for everybody. There's no way with 30 plus people it's going to be perfect for everybody, but
it's almost impossible anymore to give a firm deadline because there's so many issues that we don't discuss on the forum or relate to people that just come up.
Well, a lot of it's out of our hands too.
That's right.
You're dealing with a much bigger picture. People don't realize that.
And people have to keep a little bit of a leap of faith here to know that we're working as best we can to make this a top shelf project.
Right.
And if it's not right,
people got upset a little bit at the beginning because I had set a date and then we ended up being what, a week and a half, 2 weeks behind from when the date came out. But we weren't happy with the way the sponsorship logos were out on the opening, and we're not going to do it unless it's right. The sponsors deserve that for it to be right. Everybody does. The teams do. Everybody expects it to be right.
I want this to be spit polished and shiny and be the best thing that we can possibly do it. You know, that's just it.
And I can tell you, some people got upset with the deadline when it passed and it wasn't up there or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I've been involved with 2 other productions, and none of them, the deadlines were hardly ever met, just because it's such a big picture. And those people had experience doing it. We're doing this for the first time in a way nobody else has done it.
Trying to align all these stars so they all line up.
You're going to have to bear with us and be a little more flexible.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I really do. I'm blown away with the reception that we're getting, the way it looks.
No doubt it's going to be copied by a lot of people next year.
Hey,
there ain't no 2 ways around.
Let them follow us. Let them follow us.
Just like the site.
So listen. So we're going to have a meeting, and then we're going to have like a kickoff when people can start uploading videos.
Which is going to be after 4th of July sometimes.
Okay, but they should be filming now. Filming food plots, you know, out in the woods, doing whatever. You're still filming, and you're still fine-tuning your team.
Right.
Logos,
think about what you're going to do, and maybe step back since you've seen how this first part played out, who went forward, who didn't, and step back and get a little bit of strategy of your own, how you want to go forward. You know, this is the time to do that.
I think it's a good time, and there's not much traffic on the site.
Right.
So it starts picking up about
by
that
the
time
meter.
of the
We
year.
know it picks up after 4th of July. People start thinking hunting. A lot of the people that are just casual hunters, and we don't want them to miss out on the beginning.
Well,
because you know they wouldn't have as much incentive to tune in if they feel they're already behind.
It's been exciting so far. I mean, I just love it, and you know, we talk every day, and you, me, and Adam, we're always brainstorming and going back and forth with these things, and you know, I'm excited. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. Right. So I think that's about it. Congratulations to the teams.
You know who won. Adam doesn't even know he's part of that, because I haven't told anybody till now.
I know. It's blowing me away.
People even got mad at me for not telling them.
Actually, Joe kind of wanted to tell me the other day, and I said, no.
No, you asked me, and I said, do you want to know? Yeah.
No, I
you and
didn't
Adam both, and I said, do you really want to know?
I said I didn't want to know, but here we are right now. You know, we have our 5 teams to join the other 5. We have our 10 teams. Congratulations. Yeah. All the videos were awesome.
Thanks for all the hard work you put in for it.
Awesome.
They across the board, they turned out better, above my expectations. I really didn't know, you know what I mean?
I think a lot of people,
they were above my expectations.
I think a lot of people share that. So, you know, onward and upward.
Yep.
All right.
We'll put a date up there when the meeting is, and that's it.
Okay. Thanks.
See you.
To all those other contestants, we just want to remind you all of one more thing. Hit it.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.